NBA All-Star Weekend tips off in San Francisco this evening, but before that gets underway, CNBC Sports tipping off its first ever ranking of the most valuable NBA franchises. Coming in at number one, Golden State Warriors at a whopping $9.4 billion, trailing by nearly $2 billion at number two, the New York Knicks, and followed by the Lakers, the Chicago Bulls, and the Houston Rockets, rounding out the top five. CNBC senior sports reporter Mike Ozanian is the man behind the numbers. He joins us now with more. You do a simple, is it a multiple to EBITDA?
Or like multiples of revenue looking at past transactions. And if you're an NBA owner, you love the way your investments have worked out. You mentioned the Warriors at the most valuable team. If you look at the ownership group, they paid $450 million for the team, 2010. Wow. Over $9 billion now. That's a 24% annualized return. You go to the bottom of the list, the Memphis Grizzlies. They were bought for $377 million in 2012. Talking about a 19% annualized return.
Wow, that is amazing. So, what do TV rights? How does it factor into what?
It's the biggest reason for the ascension and the value of these teams. The current deal is averaging $2.7 billion a year. That money gets split evenly among all 30 teams. So it doesn't matter what market you're in, how many fans you get, doesn't matter. The new deal, which begins next year, is going to average $6.9 billion a year. That's the single biggest reason why the value of these teams have increased.
Why Golden State?
Golden State, it's all about the arena, Joe, and the sponsorship money that they get from the building. The timing was great, right? They move into the building, Steph Curry, they're winning championships, they're selling sponsorship revenue like crazy. The Warriors get nearly twice the sponsorship revenue of the second-ranked NBA team in terms of sponsorships. That's the biggest reason.
Can I ask, though, is all of this vestiges of the past, right? The Warriors are no longer what they once were, so the sponsorship deals, who knows going forward. But the Luka trade with the Mavericks is raising so many questions about what's going on with TV rights, what's happened with the RSNs, and the ratings for the NBA are not that great right now. They're talking about making changes like shorter quarters, or people always are upset about the three-pointer. So what does the prognosis look like going forward?
Well, if you look, the commissioners talked about making the game shorter, maintaining the attention span. But if you talk about individual teams like the Warriors, yes, they're not that good going back to when they were winning championships, but their revenue is locked in. It's contractually obligated for at least the next 5 years, 95% of their revenue. If you compare like the ratings and the TV money for the NBA and the NFL, the ratings are this far apart. But the revenue is a lot closer. And I think the biggest reason for that is the NBA is more global. You look at that tournament that they have earlier in the year, the sponsorships that they sell for that. They have a new streaming component for the telecast next year.
You're talking about the in-season tournament, which is very poorly rated.
Yeah.
But you're saying it's incredibly lucrative.
From a sponsorship level. And I think that's why, one of the reasons why the media rights have been going up, because the partners on the media side want to be attached with global sponsors.
So there's more, China, there's more fans in China than all the fans combined.
You know, it's these athletes are looked at as megastars outside of the U.S., and it's one of the reasons why, for instance, they get these crazy shoe deals, with Nike and so forth, because Nike wants to be attached globally. And like you mentioned, Joe, the fans, whether it's China, Europe, they see the brand.
Don't you think next week with the Luka trade, you need to jack up the Lakers valuation?
The hard part for the Lakers is going to be they get the most money from local TV. They get about $180 million this season. That's an old deal signed with Time Warner Cable. So we all know TV is challenged now in terms of cord cutting and so forth. So the Lakers, unlike the Warriors, the Lakers don't control their arena economics. Their building is owned by Anschutz. So they are in jeopardy of losing a significant chunk of their revenue in a few years when their TV deal could end.
It's interesting. So the Kings guy, the hockey, Anschutz owns the arena.
That's right. So the Kings get the lion's share of the building's revenue.
Wow.
Interesting. How about, this is new this morning, I guess, the Giants looking at selling to whom?
Yeah, we talked about it's going to, I think, go to private equity. makes sense for the Giants. You know, some of these iconic franchises, the Giants, the Bears, we've had the same family be involved in ownership for generations. I think private equity is going to allow them to monetize some of that, and maybe some of the smaller owners will get out. Some of the money could also be used simply to capitalize on the tremendous appreciation in the value of this team over generations.
Yeah. You didn't like my idea that to increase ratings for the NBA, that the team that doesn't control the ball should be required to play defense on the other.
No, I mean, I'm with you. I'm like you. I'm old school.
You don't think that would help if they tried to stop the other team from scoring?
Yeah, you might get scores under 120 points per side. But listen, I want to go back to eliminating the designated hitter in baseball, so that's right.
So do I. In the orange, that's Charlie. You know whose fault it was? George Steinbrenner, when he stole Don Gullett from the Cincinnati Reds. You remember he got Catfish Hunter throwing money at everyone. Do you remember that? Did that make you? Yankees think they have great teams.
Marvin Miller was the genius behind all of that for the players.
We're just showing off. We're just showing. Is it cool to be 70? I don't know. I don't think.
I think it is.
You do? It's better than the alternatives of not being.
That's right.
All right. I guess you, granddaughter. Thank you. Are you 30 yet?
No. 24, just over and over again. Soon I'm not going to have an excuse for my misknowledge of history.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what are you talking about? How do you not remember this? You were around.
Right. You're still falling back on that. I'm 24.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike. And check out all the details somewhere on the full. It's on the full NBA rankings. You can do that. Be sure to visit CNBC.com/sport.